Welcome live here to Racing Hotspot Weekend Roundup. I am your host, Devin Poslusny, alongside Dave Poslusny as always.
Hello, everybody.
It's gotten to the point where now you are my official co-host of Racing Hotspot. You mentioned earlier, oh, I'm a guest. No, you're not anymore.
Apparently not. I'm receiving emails.
Okay, well, let's get started right away here. If you want to do that, there's your screen. Our show lineup today, we have Motorsports in 60, then Formula 1, RH Blog Report, NASCAR / notes, which it looks like you didn't take any notes down for the Indy race.
No, but I got some in my head.
Okay then. So that virtual lap of Pocono, which we'll do via that screen, which will be very interesting.
Yeah, we have some new technology going on at this point in time. It seems that every week we're getting more and more advanced, and it's a lot to learn, so
Yes,
if he messes it up, it's his fault, not mine.
We have multiple cameras going, as you can see. We have one over there on the screen only, and yeah, it's fun.
Well, they actually can't see that, but they will see that.
Well, they'll see it. Don't cloud the issue with facts. NASCAR news. We have some breaking news, which you already know about, but we'll go along. You know about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I already saw it. All
right. RH Points Championship, and then the final lap. So let's get started right away here. We'll start that right off here. Here we go. So, now we are live. Now I gotta go to the page. Wow. Okay, so NASCAR Cape Wheel Truck Series raced at Eldora. We'll get to that in a minute. Finishing, here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Brendan Gaughan. 4th, Joey Coulter. 3rd, Ryan Newman. 2nd, Kyle Larson and Austin Dillon won the race. NASCAR Nationwide Series at Indianapolis. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Kevin Harvick. 4th, Brian Vickers. Joey Logano finished 3rd, and Brian Scott finished 2nd, and Kyle Busch won the race. Surprised you're not happy about that.
I am.
Right now you're just making sure we're still good. 9 seconds.
I'm just paying attention to the counter there.
9 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Timer ended there. We'll go to Formula 1 now. Oh boy, he's doing it again. You silly thing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna cancel out on this. If our cameraman may zoom out and reposition the camera to get the screen. We have a new cameraman this week, and now he's going to get us and the screen. We're going to go back to the old-fashioned way for now because we're working.
Do you want to be zoomed on the screen? Or you want us in it?
Well, we're good right now.
Well, I think what he's doing right now has got everything.
Everything.
He does, yes. Okay. We'll just leave it like that. We'll work on the technical issues for all you out there. Yeah, we have a new camera coming in. Also, maybe some new technology. Looking forward to it. So now we're going to go to Formula 1. We're on that already. That's good. Lewis Hamilton won the race at Hungary. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Fernando Alonso. 4th, Mark Webber. 3rd, Sebastian Vettel. Kimi Räikkönen finished 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton won the race. Now we're going to go to our RH Blog Report. Brickyard 400. Well, with record cool temps and the Gen 6 race car, this year's Brickyard 400 was interesting. After all the action, Rocket Man Ryan Newman won. The next race, yes, is Pocono. See you then. So that will do it for the RH Blog Report. Now, moving on to NASCAR and notes. Rocket Man wins. Here's your top 5. Finishing 5th, Matt Kenseth. 4th, Tony Stewart. 3rd, Casey Kane. Jimmy Johnson finished 2nd, and Ryan Newman won the race. So you had some mental notes?
Yep. Basically, all I really had was congratulations to Ryan Newman. I was really rooting for him. I didn't want to see 5-time do it 5 times. Actually, if that was going to happen, I would have preferred to see Jeff Gordon take it. But overall, what was your actual opinion of the race? Pretty much caution free.
Yes, I have to be honest, I wasn't watching it. You're probably am.
Again.
Well, I was out helping my mom with my little sister. Sorry about that. But I did catch some of it on the radio, and from parts that I got, it was like 60-something laps in, and our first caution, it's like, what? That's not the Brickyard. The Brickyard is probably 40 laps, and then a tire goes down, and then there's another caution, and then another caution.
Which leads me to another thing. That Goodyear did a very good job this year. Very good, because they only had, the guys were changing 2 tires. If it was a 2010, when they were just literally couldn't even make like 4 laps without having a blowout. Do you remember that?
Yes, I did.
You know why that is, right?
Because the tire compound.
No, they diamond graded the track.
Diamond graded?
Yeah, they graded the track, and it's actually like almost like little diamonds. Little tiny diamond-like things, and they were just Goodyear wasn't prepared for that race. And unfortunately, once they come with all their tires and their tractor trailers full of them, that's it. Yeah. You know, it's not like you can go, hey, hurry up, send me 3 more trucks from a different company. It won't work. And that's what tore up the tires. So that race, if you remember, was a really bad one. That was a difficult race to even watch. But obviously this year, Goodyear got it right on.
Yes.
Right on, without a doubt. Two tire changes, which I don't think I've ever even seen in any before.
No, me neither.
And guys were doing it left and right, and actually some were doing it, some weren't. And then the other guys are going, oh, wait a minute, how did he get away with 2 tires and he's running away from me? Because if you saw that, they were actually guys taking 2 tires that were actually faster than guys that took 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen that anywhere before.
Me neither.
It was pretty interesting. But beyond that, great race. Glad to see Newman took it. Really was. I had actually jumped in the shower with like 32 to go or something. And when I came back out, he was leading. And I literally walked out of the shower and, yeah, got it. And as for yesterday's race, of course I'm happy about Kyle Busch. It's always going to happen. But he really is becoming a dominating force in Nationwide Series. He's got Martin beat. He's got holds the all-time winning record at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he's going, bearing in mind that Richard Petty's record of 200 was partially Cup and partially Nationwide. Because originally Cup didn't even exist. Mm-hmm. So those 200 wins are actually from both series. Kyle's on his way.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the first to even come remotely close.
And he is very talented.
Yeah, he is. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I like him for the level of talent. And he is also very different this year. I don't know if you noted that. And so was his brother. They're not arguing anymore with the reporters. They're actually there for the reporters. Cordial. You know, I mean, obviously somebody shook them a little bit and said, you guys got to get together. And they did. I've been very impressed with them. And Tony Stewart finishing 4th today, too, was fantastic for Stewart's whole team.
Stuart Haas.
Yeah.
The only driver that was out of the top 5 is Danica.
Yep. My question for you, think Ryan Newman's going to have any trouble finding a ride?
Not after this race.
No, not at all. But I'm curious, though, where is he going to go? Who's going to grab him? I'm, like, dying to know this.
I know that I think Gordon's contract's up this year. Probably not going to go anywhere. Hendrick's probably going to go, yeah, you're coming back.
Yeah, I think he's an eternal.
Yeah.
He's been with Hendrick, what, 22 years, I think?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
But you never know.
No, you know, I've seen stranger things. The Ryan Newman leaving Stuart Haas is kind of threw me for a loop a little bit.
And then when I found out Harvick's coming in and taking the number 4, when I heard, did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know he was taking 4.
Yeah, he's taking number 4 Budweiser next year. Budweiser's going with him.
Budweiser's going with him, that I knew, but why the 4?
I don't know. They were thinking about giving him 39, but they decided not to since Newman's leaving. No, they don't want people to still think, hey, I didn't know Newman had a new Budweiser sponsor this year, and it's like, no, that's Harvick. You know what I mean? Like, give it a year.
Yeah, I'm still looking at Kensington the 20 going, oh yeah, Tony Stewart. No, that's not Tony Stewart. It's like 2 drivers later. I'm still stuck on the 20.
Well, that's one of the things I think Tony Stewart didn't want to happen. That people go, I didn't know Newman had a new sponsor. When it's like, no, that's Harvick. give it a year.
I see what you're saying.
Give
that's
it a
actually,
year.
That's a pretty good business thought. Because you're right, because the very same thing had happened to him. And then what was it, Logano?
Logano, yeah.
And for like the first whole year, I was still looking at it like it was Tony Stewart. And I went, wow, Tony Stewart's really doing bad today. Because Logano does not impress me. I'm sorry to say it, but the young kid does not impress me in any way, shape, or form.
All right, well.
But that was pretty much it. It's a good race. Both of them were, actually. Did you catch anything else this weekend?
Caught the Grand Am Rolex race in the Indy.
That was pretty cool. I saw a few parts of that.
I enjoyed it. First time watching that series.
Now, you know what they're doing, right?
They
Come next year?
No.
So I believe it's 3 series all coming together.
Oh, yeah.
They could actually have fields of like 80 cars on tracks that were never designed for fields that large. So it's going to get real interesting because you're going to have these prototype cars that are way faster than the Porsches and the GT series.
Yeah.
And the way I see it, what's going to happen is that though the slower series are going to be slowing down the bigger boys, the ones that are going to want to get by them. So it's going to make it real challenging. It's going to be very interesting to watch. And now they're also bringing in a spec series to join it, which includes Miatas, like Grandpa's, stuff like that, the smaller cars. So you're even going to have smaller cars in there with the bigger, the Vipers, the Porsches, the Corvettes, the Camaros, the Mustangs, and then you're going to have the prototypes on top of that, all mixed into one giant field. It's going to be clearly insane. I can't wait to watch it.
Did you know that NASCAR owns Grand Am Rolex Series?
I did not.
Yeah, we found that out on Sirius NASCAR Radio the other day.
Did not know that. That's interesting.
They were like, yeah, NASCAR owns it. It's like, what?
So are they the ones that are making this change? They're
I
bringing the different series into each other?
so.
I can't think of what all 3 of them are called.
I know Le Mans Racing.
Yeah, there's Le Mans, there's Grand Am,
and
there's one more. It's
sports car.
There's SCCA, not SCCA, but something very similar. But then again, almost all of these guys come out of the SCCA. That's where they all get their start.
And then, of course, the Eldora race.
Yep. That was an awesome race. I'm sorry. I like that. I was a little bit confused. I did watch Devin's video earlier on YouTube, so check him out on YouTube. Very good explanation. As a matter of fact, I think he did a better job of explaining it clearer than they did on television. And you did. So congratulations on that one, because you actually helped me understand it. Even Jean walked over and she goes, oh, so that's what they were doing? Because we just didn't get it. They were not explaining it well enough as they were going by. No insult intended, guys. I know you guys are busy and whatnot, but it was like, why are they doing this? I will say this, though. I think in the future, and I know that's how they do it in dirt racing, but it's not dirt racing. It's still truck racing, and we go by the truck racing rules. You qualify, and then you start in that position. I don't think they should have had the heat qualifying races. I didn't understand it that well. And on a Beano, to me, it just seemed like a giant waste of time.
To be honest.
The heats during the race, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
That makes it very interesting. I definitely like that. But to heat qualify, I just didn't get it.
Truthfully,
but I did like your video where you put the cars up. Okay, this is the winner from the and this is the winner, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, watch the video.
Yeah, on YouTube and now actually on Facebook. Racing Hotspot's got on social media, which is fun.
Yeah, they keep making these changes and nobody tells me.
Well, the Facebook thing, my mom notified you, and I assumed that you would just go, finally, it happened. But
actually, it is about time.
Yeah.
But that's Devin's dad. He's a little leery of the internet.
But yes, I did the best of my ability to explain that from what I was getting from NASCAR.com.
I thought you did a great job.
Thank
I
you.
really did. So the video came out perfect because I was watching that video. I'm like, oh, now I'm like watching it going, now I get it.
Did you understand my whole tire thing? As you can tell that I did some
you were a little
burnout.
jumpy on it. And you know what I would have used as a reference for the design of the tire?
What?
Kind of like a hashtag.
Oh, yeah.
Because the grips are kind of like what they're, instead of an angled hashtag like they always do on the screens, just a straight pound sign.
Yeah, an exact.
It's more or less what the tires look like, where
basically
a lot of pound signs all linked together.
Basically, like
Exactly.
like that, basically. Well, that's very rough, but
A very, very simple tread.
yeah.
And they definitely seem to make a heck of a difference too. And what I would like to see is somebody at least try it with a standard tire. Now I don't mean a standard street tire.
Like
I mean a standard racing tire. I think that would be hilarious to watch.
My big slick tire.
So what do you think, they'd make about 200 feet before they lose it?
They'd probably do a burnout. But oh no, sorry, cameraman is hinting me on things when it's like what? But yes, and I'm surprised you haven't made a comment about my burnout on your side of the.
I did before we started, but I only did that because of when you made the comment in the video that I was going to say something.
Well, I thought you would. So yes, check that out on YouTube. Eldor, what was it? Eldor Racing Hotspot Eldor race preview or.
I don't know. I know you can you go to the Racing Hotspot site on YouTube, and you can just pick from many. There's many videos on there, so you'll see it. I believe you had it tagged.
Yes, I believe I had it like as the main video.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is gonna change though. I would assume.
Yes, when this video goes up, and actually the Legend Car video.
So do it now.
Of course.
Actually, by the time they see this,
Oh, nice.
and I'm dumping the new equipment. By the time they see this, unfortunately,
It's probably gonna be changed.
it's gonna be changed.
Oh.
It'll be one of your lower videos though, and you'll be able to see it still.
Jeez.
What was up with that?
Well, it broke a couple of weeks ago, so.
So it's not like I broke it.
Yeah.
I see glue on there, so I know somebody did something that wasn't me.
Well, so we are actually gonna take a quick break. We're gonna make our pick.
One more note.
Yes.
Tony, you need more grandstands. So one thing I'm going to say, because if they're going to go back next year, it's going to be impossible to get those tickets. I mean, simply impossible. And Eldora is not far from my nephew's house in Ohio.
We should go.
I looked it up.
We should go.
It's a long ride. it's a real long
Okay,
ride.
you drive, bring the camper, and I'll fly.
I don't think so.
I'll
How
fly.
about you follow brings the camper and we fly?
That sounds good. As long as I'm flying, I'll be good.
Well, actually, he'd go with your dad anyway, because he don't like flying. And the more of these planes that keep losing tails and stuff like that, I'm sure it's going to make it even harder to get him to fly.
You're dwindling to the point where he's just going to go, no airports. I'm not even picking somebody up from the airport.
No, if it involves driving, he'll do it. By the way, our new cameraman is his grandfather and my father.
Yes, so.
We didn't introduce him, and that was very bad on Devin's part.
Whoa! I thought he didn't want to even be on the show, because when we did the live streaming, he didn't even want to say anything at all.
Well, tough. We actually had Chris come around in front of the camera and look at the camera. You're all a bunch of chickens. I'm the only one that's got the guts to do this. I don't get it.
Well,
No, you know what it is? I think it's because I'm the best looking one. Well, you got two examples right behind you right now.
Well, we are going to take a quick break. We're going to make our picks for Pocono. We're also going to come back and we're going to have your virtual lap of Pocono. Hopefully it's not a virtual crash like last week in Indianapolis.
This is again the part where I get to make fun of Devin.
Alright, so we are going to take a break. When we return, we'll be on that screen for video games. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back live here to Racing Hotspot Week Roundup. It's time for the virtual lap of Pocono. It's just me this time, and we'll see how this works. And Dave's probably gonna make fun of me.
What did you say, virtual lap? I thought you called it virtual wreck now.
Oh no, that was only Indianapolis. We hope. Heading out of the pit road here. The reason why you don't hear Dave Poslusny is because he's working on his picks. He's working second for the first time in like 3 weeks now. He's going second. Ooh. Turn 2 is always tricky. It's the tunnel turn, and it's 3 distinct corners. The tricky triangle. I hope that hitting of the wall didn't mess me up. Come down the long front straightaway. Is it the longest straightaway in motorsports, Dave?
I believe it is, yes.
Be careful, turn 1. Of course, I'm getting tricks because it's telling me slow, brake. Come down the second straightaway. Gotta be very careful coming into this corner because of the exit is tricky. That time I did actually well. Surprise, surprise. Saw it start yelling at me, brake, brake, brake. I'm up the corner here. Travel down a long front straightaway. 54.44 is my time. Now we actually have a lap in, we're going to try to let's pick up the speed here. Brake a little later, stuff like that. So if we do wreck, you have seen at least one good lap.
Can you shift in the video game?
If I do it a certain way, right now I'm just using the Wii remote. If I have the thing called a nunchuck, oh boy, then yes I can. But right now I'm using automatic.
Well, because on a real, in a real race, they shift.
I know.
I remember the year they took that away. It was like the silliest thing I've ever heard.
We plus 48 seconds there. So actually 2 good laps. Third one hit the wall.
If any team owners are watching this, they know you're better at announcing.
Depends. I'm leading my points in the career mode right now. Going for a back-to-back championship. $53.84.
I believe they call it the long pond straightaway.
Yeah. We'll change the view for you here. I've never raced from this view, so this is going to be interesting. This is like a dashboard. This is actually the hood. And here's the...
Actually, I think that was a roof.
Here's the actual car. I think this is roof. Alright, we'll come into the pits here. This is pretty interesting.
Did you miss it?
No. I'm only in the tunnel turn. We're not going to take the access road. We're going to go through 3 and then try not to spin out here.
A little time in grass.
Came in way too fast. We are trying a little differently here. As you can tell by the lighting, we don't have this big one on. So the lighting probably looks a little better. We're trying to get another one of the 5 light fixtures for like that corner to get a better light. But you know what? We have what we have, and it seems to be working according to our camera guy who just went. So yes. Actually, before we get to the points championships. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. We have breaking news. NASCAR is going to be on a new TV channel starting in 2015, and Dave is not happy about this.
Well, this is only for part of the season. Fox still has the first half.
Yeah, oh no, yes. We'll open up the actual article here for you.
At this point, I would prefer to see it just stay on Fox all year, because going to NBC is one thing. Going to NBC Sports, a lot of people don't get it.
Yes. So, 10-year agreement starting in 2015 covers NASCAR, Sprint Cup, Nationwide, home tracks, and more. NASCAR announced that on Tuesday, an executive 10-year media partnership with NBC Sports Group will begin in 2015. Highlighted multiple network broadcasts, including season-ending NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship event, which will be televised, which will be on network television for the first time since 2009. They'll get the final 20 Cup races and the final 19 Nationwide races through the events through 2024. I apologize for my breaking up on my voice and reading, but
Get used to it.
It also includes the NASCAR Hall of Fame ceremonies, season-ending banquet, as well as rights to certain NASCAR K&N Series, NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour, Toyota Mexico events in Spanish language broadcasting rights on Telemundo and Mun2.
Well, I still haven't seen anything that specifically states that it's going to be on NBC Sports.
I don't know. NBC Sports Group.
Right, but that includes NBC, which is a major network, and everybody gets that.
So basically what I'm thinking is this. The Wheel and Modifieds, the K&N, all those things are going to be on NBC Sports Network, like they are with Speed now. And the Nationwide Cup Series are going to be on regular NBC. That's what I'm assuming they're going to do, of course.
I don't know why they would stop being on Speed. I think this is only for the major, two major markets, the Cup Series and the Nationwide Series.
Well, it says right here they also have rights to the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Right. Well, I'm talking about, you mentioned wheeling and whatnot.
Yeah,
I think that'll still be on Speed.
It says right there, season-ending banquet, as well as rights to certain K&N Pro Series races, Wheel and Modified, Toyota Mexico, etc.
Well, I hope I'm not right, because as far as I can tell with that one, is NASCAR is pushing even more people away, and I don't think they can afford to do that right now.
I agree with you. And also, when I was watching Formula One practice, they did say recently we now have a bigger group, including IndyCar, NASCAR, and Formula One.
Well, as you know, I can't see any of the Indy races. That was like 3 the whole season.
Yeah, that was on NBC Sports Network. They announced that. So I'm assuming that they're going to, I don't know. Truthfully, I don't even know.
No, hopefully they make it more available, because it's just not as of right now. And I don't know what the problem is, if the satellite companies or whatnot just won't agree to pay, or what the problem is, but they really got to negotiate that one out so that everybody has access to it, because without people having access to it, you're going to lose people, you're going to lose fans, and it's not going to be a good thing. I mean, I can't say they're going to lose me, but what am I supposed to do if I can't watch it?
Come over to one of our houses. Yeah, come over to my house or the cameraman's house.
I have the biggest TV.
See, he has two now. He now has big TV, flat screen too.
But it's not as big as mine.
Oh, okay. Then bring the big one over to Grandma to his house.
He has a big one over his house that he doesn't use. Anybody need a TV?
Actually, speaking of your TV,
Becoming dining room furniture at this point.
let's say this much. They have agreed, the cameraman's group over at his house, my grandfather and grandmother, have agreed to letting me use their TV for this new segment we're going to do for Racing Hotspot called NASCAR Racing Hotspot Tech Garage.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I have a program on my laptop, which I'm hoping is going to not crash on me, that I'm able to bring up 3D models of, like, say, a car chassis. And I'm able to zoom right in on the dials or right in on the brakes or anything. This way I can use his TV. Plug it right in. It's a 72-inch?
No.
62? 52. 52-inch TV that is high definition and it's beautiful. It's awesome. I use this screen, but sometimes it miscolors and good times. Not doing it right now, though.
I don't know. So far, so good.
Surprising. It'll do it sometimes when I'm playing the Wii at home, and, well...
I just want to say that everybody, if you remember the beginning of the show, Devin said, I'm now a co-host, not just a guest anymore. But yet, I don't know any of this until he announces it to you.
Well, I don't want to... I'll explain myself after.
Moving on.
So now to the points championship. Here's our picks. Here's our picks for Indianapolis. Dave Poslusny had, actually, we'll start with me. I had Danica Patrick for 5th place, Clint Boyer for 4th, Juan Pablo Montoya for 3rd, Jimmy Johnson for 2nd, and Tony Stewart for the win. Dave had Jeff Gordon for 5th, Kyle Busch for 4th, Kurt Busch for 3rd, Clint Boyer for 2nd, and Jimmy Johnson for the win. So now, here are...
So who won? I know I came the closest to winning, but you had him for 2nd?
Well,
so you actually were right.
We'll get into that.
Does that give you more points?
No.
Okay, good.
We'll get into that. So now here are our picks.
For Pocono?
For Pocono. We'll start with me, since I lost this week, which was put up on the Facebook page. I don't know if you caught that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, it said, congratulations, Dave Poslusny, for winning this week's Pocono race, blah, blah, blah. Here's my picks. For 5th, I have Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tony Stewart for 4th, Greg Biffle for 3rd, Carl Edwards for 2nd, and Jimmy Johnson for the win. Jimmy Johnson won, by the way. Actually, here's your top 5 from the earlier this year race. Jimmy Johnson won, Greg Biffle finished 2nd, Dale Earnhardt Jr. finished 3rd, Tony Stewart 4th, and Ryan Newman 5th. It's good to have good vision. What?
I'm just looking at how closely you're matching your picks to the actual wins.
Well, I didn't want to copy it, but I wanted to be.
He's trying everything to be me.
Dave has Mark 55.
Yeah, whoever, either Brian Vickers or Mark Martin. I don't believe that Michael Waltrip's racing it.
No, I believe.
I'm pretty sure it's Mark.
I believe so too. He raced it last year and both races last year. So 55, we're gonna go with Mark Martin. We'll say Mark Martin for 5th, Jeff Gordon for 4th, Tony Stewart for 3rd, Matt Kenseth. I almost just said Joe Logano. For 2nd, and Carl Edwards for the win. Now I'm getting mixed up with my mouses. Here's how the points are this week finaled out. We apologize, by the way, for the camera, how it's moving so much, because our tech problems have stalled out on us. We're going to do some more research and testing. Sound like one of the NASCAR promoters. We're going to do some more testing.
Did you try that one?
I did, but it wasn't coming up. I think I have to download the software and stuff. Alright, so Dave had 2, 4, and 10. That is 5th place, 4th place, and 1st. And I had 3rd place and 2nd place. So he gets 16, I get 14. Very close. Here are how the... You don't have permission. I am actually... No. That's right. You don't have permission. The standings... 1 second here.
Oh, because we're on my laptop.
Yes, you are.
Why don't I have permission?
Because I don't allow you to the standings. I'd see you in the middle of the night changing them.
Why would I change them in the middle of
I
the
don't
night?
know.
Change them in the middle of a race.
I don't-
Or at the end of the race.
So
Yeah, might as well go back over.
yeah, we're going to find Love Technology, little iPod here that I'm finding the standings through. We're going to have to manually read them off to you. You're not going to be able to see it.
No, I think we may be overloading us all a little bit on technology here because we're having some problems.
I'm getting to the point where I think I'm just going to stick to the one that we've been doing for
Wow,
so
I
long.
got good vision, but you can read that? Ah, there you go.
Dave, stupid battery. Dave Poslusny has 322 points, and I have 290. You won
So it's
Indianapolis.
pretty close. Either way.
You won Indianapolis with 16 points. We go to Pocono, then Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Atlanta, Richmond, then
And then
Chase, Chicago, Loudon, Dover, Kansas, Charlotte, Talladega, Martinsville, Texas, Phoenix, Homestead. Which is, when you think about it, not that far away. But I don't want to rush the season because I love this sport. We're going to do it week by week. So,
You mean like they do?
yeah, like they do, yeah.
Except the every once in a while Wednesday thing?
Yeah. Alright, so here's your final lap. Okay, so IndyCar returns back to your screen at home Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC Sports Network. Check your local listings. Formula One was off until August 25th. I do not want to think about that date because that's the last Sunday of my summer vacation. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series races Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern on Speed. Check your local listings. Nationwide Series races a night race next week at Iowa. Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN 2. ESPN 2, that is. Cup Series, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Global Rallycross, Sunday, 5 p.m. on ESPN. They are racing the LA X Games.
Cool.
Yes, and Pastrana is going to try to do the double. Iowa and then X Games, which is going to be very, very interesting. So,
I've always wanted. You just mentioned about having to go back to school. It seems funny to me because I guess I was the same way, but it's exciting to have the summer off, but then you have to go back to school, but then when you get up to graduation, you're psyched because you're finally done with school. But you do realize you don't get the summer off anymore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there is no summer vacation in life.
yeah.
Once you're out there, it's over.
It depends on what your job is. With us, we would get 2
Or
weeks
if you go
of-
to college, you have an
You
extension.
can check out Racing Hotspot. Well, this is the end of the show, by the way. You can check out Racing Hotspot on YouTube. Search Racing Hotspot channel. It'll come up with the official Racing Hotspot logo. And that's YouTube channel. All these videos that you see go right up there. You can also go on Facebook, Racing Hotspot. You can like us on Facebook.
And you're uploading everything on the Facebook now, too?
Well, when I upload to YouTube, I put it up on Facebook.
So now everybody who has me as friends can all now
Can all
make
see
fun
what-
of me?
yeah.
Great. Excellent. That's what I needed. Thanks, guys.
And yeah, possibly Dave Poslusny's gonna quit because I don't know how.
I highly doubt that's going to happen. And honestly, I've been pushing for the whole Facebook idea because it is exposure that you're just not getting. It's probably one of the best places right now, net-wide, to get exposure. I mean, anybody can, and why not? You know, it makes sense to me. Like I said, though, I'm going to get picked on. I picture my buddy Fred over in Phoenix laughing his socks off watching me.
Well, it's always fun. All right, we're gonna try to work out our technical difficulties. Worst case scenario, what we do is we start all this new stuff next season. We work on it throughout the rest of the season this year. This way, next season for the first when he comes back and we're both back full time, the Daytona 500 show, or actually maybe the Budweiser Sprint Unlimited show. We'll be back, and then hopefully we'll have all that good. We're also looking at other.
No, I think if you spend a little time with this, you can get it to work.
Yes.
So we'll see. Maybe we'll bring them in one at a time kind of thing throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah.
Because I really do like the idea of not having to move the camera as much. You know what I mean? It seems to make a lot of sense.
Well, we're also working on different camera views. This way, when I start talking, I can go blah 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 blah, and then he looks over there, and this Like on speed, basically. We don't have to look at the same camera.
Please send donations.
Don't really. Well, if you want to send it to his house. Email him to find his address.
No, I'm not giving any addresses.
Well, that will do it for us. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. I did my best on editing all that. So yeah. But until we see each other for next week for the race review of Pocono, we have IndyCar, Formula 1, Global Rallycross. Interesting. Full show next week. He'll be back. I'll be back. Hopefully our camera guy will be back. This was just a test trial. We didn't sign any contracts yet.
Hey, speaking of, where's my contract? I still haven't got a contract.
You're just a free worker, free labor.
But I'm official now.
If you wanna leave, you can leave.
I got an award for winning the points thing last year. Anyhow.
All right.
Have a good night, folks.
All right. See ya.
Little girl, you like it loud. Come alive in the middle of a crowd. You wanna scream, you wanna shout. Get excited when